Hey art nerds, in our last video we took a look at the Jot natural hair brushes. We decided these are probably pony hair or camel hair brushes, and we decided we're gonna need to do a field test to figure out just how well these things work. While I was at Dollar Tree, I picked up some more art brushes. This is another 5-pack of art brushes. It contains a small, medium, and large brushes, and there's not much more additional information on this package. So we have 5 synthetic brushes with a backer card. They are blister packed, and we paid $1 for all 5. Let's go ahead and tear into them. Now, since they are synthetic brushes, I don't think they've used any sort of stiffening agent to kind of protect the brushes in transit, so we shouldn't need to wash them. They have really stiff plastic bristles. They are very bluntly cut. These are just like the Crayola brushes of my youth. And I am not so sure that these are going to be great for watercolor. In fact, not really sure what these are going to be great for, but that's okay. We paid $1 for them. They have, looks like plastic handles, very cheap aluminum metal ferrules, and then plastic bristles. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at how these brushes perform. In our last Dollar Tree brush video, we used these core watercolors on this Canson XL watercolor paper to sort of see how these brushes handled. We're going to use the same paper and the same palette with these synthetic Dollar Tree brushes as well. So we're going to start with the large flat brush. There is no body screening on the brush, unlike with their natural brushes, which have a size screening on them. And the majority of the brushes that came in this pack would be considered flat, with 2 brushes that could kind of be considered rounds. These are not going to hold any water at all, so be prepared for lots of dripping as you paint. And I seriously doubt they are designed for use with watercolor. So you see there's some dry brushing over here. That's because these plastic bristles, or this type of plastic bristle, there's nowhere for it to absorb water. You also see we really picked up a lot of pigment, so we got some interesting granulation or sedimentation there. Now, these brushes could make really useful or interesting effect brushes. I'm not saying they're completely not useful. And if you're looking to like cut down or hack down some brushes, these could also be the brushes for you. But if you're a young artist and you're interested in painting in watercolor and you'd like to give it your best shot, I would not recommend these brushes. I would recommend you go to a store like Michael's or like Hobby Lobby, any sort of art and crafts store, and pick up a few brushes open stock there. That's going to give you a much better opportunity to kind of play with different brushes and feel different brushes. And if you are looking for some recommendations, I have some here on this channel as well as over on my blog to help you get started on your watercolor journey. Just check out my Watercolor Basic series for more information. So one of the other problems with these sort of really scratchy, stiff bristle brushes is they're going to scrape up other layers of paint. And that can make for interesting effects, but it's not something you're going to want every single time you paint, and it's not a technique that's particularly useful for like your average painting. So these could be good for effects, but I don't recommend them necessarily for just, generic watercolor painting. Push this up a little bit. Now these may be really designed more for like someone painting a small birdhouse with acrylics, but these smaller brushes are not really good for detail, and they really remind me of the Crayola brushes of old. So I think they could be interesting brushes, maybe for a more experienced inker or a painter who's looking for effects brushes, looking for something unusual, something different, or something super cheap that they can cut and hack up and make a custom brush with. but I would not recommend these for someone who just wants to do some painting, because that's not really gonna, these are really not gonna deliver what you're looking for. We also have some stray bristles here. So, I think that about covers it for this review. There's not really much more we can talk about. They would be great for lifting up watercolor because they're very scrapey. They're gonna scrape the pigment off the paper. They're not necessarily great for doing glazes because, again, they're gonna kind of scrape prior layers up off the paper. So it'll be interesting to play with these when I do the field test with the other Jot watercolor brushes. So I hope you guys will look forward to that, and I hope you guys will look forward to my other upcoming Dollar Tree Art Supply reviews. I have several planned, and I hope you guys will enjoy them. So I will see you guys then. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys again really soon. Bye guys!